If you're spending most of your time working toward a bigger goal, there's a good chance that you might be burnt out and you don't even know it. And it's difficult to pinpoint whether this is like a normal part of the process or if it's something that you should keep an eye on. In this video, I'm going to explain to you the most common symptoms of burnout that many high achievers face on their journey of working toward a greater goal. My name is Diana, and as someone who has recovered from hitting complete burnout while also chasing my goals, I've learned many important lessons along the way of rebuilding my life. And I am here to help you skip the same mistakes that I've made so you can start living a more fulfilling and peaceful life sooner. If you're watching this, you are probably somebody that is very ambitious. Someone that wants to do more with their life. You want to become somebody that you're proud of. Someone that has accomplished big things. Like you've become your own hero. You have set out to achieve something bigger than you, a bigger goal. Or maybe it's just a few small goals. Whether that's financially, physically, or you just want to become better. Either way, you want to level up. And you have committed to a greater purpose. You have decided to show up daily for a goal that you have set your mind on. And you have been doing little things every single day to get closer to that. Waking up early, spending all of your time working on projects, planning, learning, staying up late, sacrificing your social life, maybe not dating for a while, saving money. And the list goes on. But you are actively working toward this goal. And while working towards your goals, you've noticed some side effects. This could be just being tired all the time, or bored, or not getting very great sleep. But you've noticed that your overall well-being has started to suffer. You are met with this conflict in your mind, whether it's just part of the process, or if this is something that you should be concerned about. Maybe something you should pay attention to a little bit more. You don't know exactly what it is, but you're starting to hurt just a little bit. And the quality of your work is starting to slowly decrease. Either way, something kind of feels off and you want to figure this out. I have good news for you. You are not alone with how you feel. Many people with bigger goals start to feel this way. And as somebody who has had to face the exact same issues, I had to ask myself, am I pushing too hard? Am I compromising my overall mental health? Is it normal for me to feel this way? Or do I need to pump the brakes a little bit? And the truth is this, although you are a hard worker and you show up day after day and you push through those sleepless nights, the early mornings, and complete isolation, you may be experiencing something a bit more serious. You might be on your way to complete burnout. Here are the 10 most common signs of burnout. 1. Constant exhaustion. This doesn't mean you have a few days of just being tired or a couple of days where you don't sleep well. This means that no matter how much rest you get, you could sleep in, you could take a nap, but every day you still feel so physically tired and lethargic, like you could still sleep for even longer, like you need to hide yourself in a dark room and turn your phone off because the regular night of sleep that you're getting right now just isn't enough. You can feel it in how you move. You're a bit slower and everything feels like it just takes so much effort to do. You feel completely depleted and drained. No matter what you do to try to combat that feeling, you are running solely on fumes. Number 2, numb emotions. It is difficult for you to feel actually really excited about things. When something happens that the old you would be super excited about or grateful for or get joy from, you don't really have much of an emotional reaction. The things that you used to appreciate don't really have the same effect on you anymore. There is an emotional spark that's just missing, like your threshold has increased somehow. The things that used to make you feel alive and happy no longer have the same effect. You feel emotionally detached from everything, from your family, from your friends, from your work, your projects, just an overall lack of emotion. And a lot of things just don't really feel like they matter to you anymore. Number 3, complete overwhelm. Normal daily tasks feel like these huge jobs that need to get done. The little things just feel overwhelming to you. Cooking, cleaning, taking out the trash. It all feels like it's daunting. And it's like every single moment of every day feels like it is way more than it actually is. You wonder why you dread doing these things so much. And you know that they aren't huge projects, but when it comes down to it, it just feels like it's something that's going to take forever to do and that it's going to exhaust you. Like there is so much pressure on you when you think about the things that need to get done. Number 4, you dread your days. As soon as you wake up in the morning and the fog starts lifting and you start realizing that you're awake and coming into reality, the thoughts slowly start to creep in about all the things that you need to do for the day, and you just get this pit in your stomach. You don't want to get out of bed because it feels like you don't have anything to look forward to. That eager feeling that you used to get just doesn't happen anymore. Instead, you just want to disappear without any obligations, just you and that feeling of freedom that you fantasize about every day. Number 5, short fuse. You are constantly on edge. You have a short temper and things tend to annoy you very easily. Even things that you used to not really care about or even be fazed by. Those things are even getting under your skin. You start to make snarky comments to your coworkers or your family members, maybe even your friends or your partner. Nobody can seem to do anything right by you. And in your head, they're all being selfish because they're getting in your way or causing some sort of inconvenience to you. And you can't help but to just snap at them. You're impatient, irritable, and constantly negative. You find yourself thinking very mean and judgmental things about these people and about strangers. And this feeling lasts all throughout the day. It isn't just an off moment for you. It's a constant state of annoyance and edginess. And the people closest to you are the ones that feel it the most. If you are liking this video so far, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next video about recovering from burnout. Number 6, brain fog. You get up to start your day, you look at your to-do list that's pages long, and despite that, you still sit down in front of the projects that you have to do. What will you work on now? You look at your list, you start reading through things, and you make it to the bottom of the list and you realize something. You don't even remember what was on the list that you just read. You literally just looked at it. You read it line by line from top to bottom, and you can't remember what was on there. And this happens almost every time you sit down to try to get some work done. For some reason, your brain just doesn't work, and you can't comprehend things like you could 6 months, a year, 2 years ago. The creativity just doesn't flow. You struggle with articulating your thoughts, and every time you get a good idea, you just can't seem to put the pieces together in a cohesive way. The ideas are good, the brain processes are not. You're in a constant daze, and you aren't as sharp as you once were. You aren't as clear as you once were, and you catch yourself zoning out more often than not. 7, lack of motivation. You used to be the most driven person you know, or at least one of them out of your friend group or family members. Ambitious, ready to tackle whatever was in front of you, whether that was goals, hobbies, health, financials. That eagerness that you used to have isn't there anymore. You used to be the type of person that would find reasons to do the things that you wanted to do because you were just so excited to do them. You didn't have to search for motivation because you just always had it. You relied solely on the excitement that you had about a project in order to get things done. And it came really easy to you. But now you're finding it hard to even want to do those things. And you find yourself making more and more excuses as to not show up. Number 8, physical issues. You literally feel terrible all the time. You get headaches regularly, you sleep terribly, maybe you even get chest pains, you feel stuffy, your face feels puffy, you're constantly bloated from stress and cortisol. You may even get heart palpitations from being anxious all the time. It always feels like your body is malfunctioning and just can't perform well. Your workouts feel like 20%. That's if you even make it to the gym. Your stomach is constantly in knots to the point of feeling even nauseated at times. It tosses and turns, and it's difficult for you to fall asleep or even sleep in. Number 9, you are running in place. When you get a chance to work on things, it feels like you are sitting there for hours. And you probably are, but at the end of the day, it doesn't show. You look back at what you did during the day, and it is not proportionate to how much you actually ended up getting done. And I'm not talking about learning something new, where it might take you a little bit longer to do something because you just don't know how to do it yet. I'm talking about you working on things that you know how to do, that you're competent in, and only getting a very small amount of work done. It takes you hours to get 30 minutes of work done, maybe even less than that. You feel busy, but you are actually running in place. And number 10, self-neglect. The things you used to do for yourself every day have stopped. Your routine does not exist anymore. You have started to eat unhealthy foods, and you don't go on your walks anymore or get fresh air. Gym sessions are skipped more often than not, and you have turned to fast food for comfort. Days off and evenings are spent watching Netflix instead of doing things you actually love doing. Caffeine carries you through your day, and not just the normal cup or two of coffee that most people drink. We're talking about consuming caffeine all day, every day, just to make it through the day. There is no longer treating yourself to things that will actually help you. You have given up on trying to maintain your overall well-being, and survival is the only priority. That is a list of the 10 signs that you may be starting to burn out on your journey to achieving a greater goal. You may be experiencing 1 or 2 of those, or you might be experiencing most of those. And if you are, it is important to just keep an eye on how these things are starting to affect you. You may be experiencing burnout or starting to experience burnout. At the end of the day, you are the only one that can decide that. Hopefully you are able to make a decision based off of what I just told you, if that is something that you need to watch out for or not. If this video helped you, leave a comment below and tell me which which one of these resonates with you the most. So now that you know the real symptoms of burnout, the real question is, have you let yourself burn out and lose yourself in this process of achieving something greater? And if so, what are you going to do right now to get yourself back into living a fulfilling life that you can actually enjoy again? See you all in the next one.